Fiona Bruce and the Antiques Roadshow team were introduced to various treasures outside Windermere Jetty Museum in a classic episode of the BBC show. Expert Paul Atterbury was presented with a collection of rare Second World War items belonging to a guest's late father. However, Paul later admitted he was embarrassed to value the precious objects. Paul began, "I am looking at an army badge which actually takes up thousands of miles away, deep into the Burmese jungle." The guest revealed the badge belonged to her late father John Stanley Storer, who died in 2010 aged 91. "I knew he fought in the army in the Second World War, but he was one of these people who never spoke about it. He couldn't as it was too emotional for him," she added. John joined the Territorial Army in Grimsby in 1939 when he was 20 years old. Harry Bikers leave BBC viewers devastated with sad update. The guest provided the expert with a crib sheet written by her father when he was a young soldier. John wrote about Dunkirk in the letter, which his daughter only found several weeks before filming for Antiques Roadshow. "It's very dismissive, as though he'd gone on a day trip," Paul noted about John's words. From then, he and his regiment went off to North Africa, where he became a desert rat, 8th Army. John ended up fighting in Burma as a Chindit who was aimed at disrupting the enemy during the Second World War. "I find it extraordinary," he continued while reading John's letter. "Burma, for 3.5 months, some of us came out. Now there it tells you the story, doesn't it?" Paul looked at the remarkable things his guest presented him, which belonged to her late father, which included photographs taken deep in the jungle. Antiques Roadshow expert at a loss over value of ballerinas. Update Antiques Roadshow expert issues warning to guest over World War I albums. Latest Antiques Roadshow guest staggered by value of guitar saved from skip. Must see. The photographs were of temporary graves as well as men with parachutes falling from the sky into the jungle. "I've learned more just talking to you," the guest admitted to Paul. "On a lot of the things he always writes, keep smiling, and that is something he carried through his life. It makes me look at him in a different light because I only ever knew him as Dad, as did my brother," she added. She admitted he could not live through the Second World War and not come out unscathed or with scars. While Paul thought John was a remarkable man, he had to deliver some difficult news to his daughter. "The rarest thing are these photographs. I have never seen anything like that," he shared. Photographs which in effect were taken on the front line. "We are looking at probably a few £100 here, but I am almost embarrassed talking about money. Here is an extraordinary man, I mean, for God's sake, going from Dunkirk to Burma via Tobruk is a pretty extraordinary adventure." Antiques Roadshow episodes are available to watch on BBC iPlayer.